go. Milanista of the world, welcome. Hey, how are you doing? Shane here from Milanistas 360. We're just going watching the PSV Milan game. So lineups have dropped. Actually looks relatively strong for what we're playing with. Looks good because Morante's in goal, so that's something to celebrate. Calabria starting. Super excited to see him back. Kalulu Tomori Dest on the left side. Could be destroying our hopes of a win here tonight, Husdy. Uh, yeah, Tonali, Salamakers, Decatelaire, Adley, and Rebic. It's an interesting lineup, 4-2-3-1. Husney, what do you think?
Yeah, this should actually be the prelude to our game versus Salernitana. So I'm expecting great things from this team. This is probably as good as it's going to get if we're going to beat Salernitana, seeing as how the game's in a few days. So let's hope
Hmm.
this is a great sign of a big win, convincing
Hmm.
win.
Hmm. Yeah, man. I hope so. I hope Calabria comes out and does well. Geez, how many months has he been away now?
Oh,
I mean, he's
I
been down
remember
a
it's been so
long
long.
time. Although to be fair, I did kind of maybe have a go at him when he was playing. So yeah, this is going to be exciting. Let's go. Let's go. So they're playing at Eindhoven's ground, I believe.
Yeah, we're playing away.
So yeah, I was actually looking at the lead up to this game. It's good to see Calabria back with the captain's armband. Not going to lie. And the lead up to this game, I was looking at some of PSV's last results. You know, they finished second in the Europa League group with Arsenal, and they're only 2 points behind.
Yeah, and Arsenal's flying this season, so it's going to be a
That's
big
it,
game, no doubt
man.
about it. This
These
in
guys
itself
are
could
no
actually
good
be
for them.
a competitive game, like a Europa League if it was last season or the season before. This is something we
That's
would
it.
actually see.
Or probably this season, judging how well we're playing.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, minute silence for Pele. Mm. Observe the minute silence, YouTube. So I was one asshole in the crowd.
All right.
Hey.
Before I start it off.
Mm. Really sad to see Pele go. Jeez. It's like, for those of you guys that don't know, I'm more of a fan of, well, I'm just a, f- a f- a huge kind of football history fan. But I mean, man, if you want to talk about the greatest of all time, if you want to be, knowledgeable about what a great football player is, just look at any reruns of Pele playing. Man, he was amazing. He was
And his style
absolutely
of play
just.
was electric, if I can say that. So you see him dribble down the
Mm,
center, none of those
mm,
fancy, nothing too fancy, just right at
mm.
them.
That's it, man. He's so fast as well, and he literally had everything. I mean, even some of his headers were out of this world as well. he wasn't just dare I say it, like kind of a Giroud. Where Giroud is very sneaky, he's very sly, he's very smart with the way that he moves his body in the box. But Pele was just, I mean, he just had everything. He get a goal out of anywhere. Anyway, R.I.P. man.
Well, apologies everyone for the resolution. This is probably the best bootleg we could do at short notice.
Hmm.
And
That's
a
it.
mistake. Oh, not a great start from AC Milan. Look at us.
Hmm.
Kalulu, what happened? What happened? Look at this.
Off the pace, Kalulu. Come on, it's not like you have a World Cup that you can blame that on.
Dare I say rusty? Is this the way?
Must be. At least Morante, right? Talking about Morante over Tatarusanu. Tatarusanu wouldn't have been out that far, and he would have been struggling to reach that ball.
But listen to the atmosphere.
Hmm.
PSV fans really have showed up.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, shaky start from us.
Yeah.
All right, good recovery there.
Hopefully, De Ketelaere will do something.
Hopefully, but if we are too busy defending our box, then it's not going to be
Yeah,
great.
that's true. So I looked at the stats from the PSV Arsenal game just to get a rough idea about how potentially PSV would approach this game. And it seems that based on that, anyway, I think PSV only had about 30% possession on the night and they still won. So I'd say counter attacking could be the flavour of the day.
Yeah. I mean, it's expected. Is that if you're chasing the game, then you're expected to have more possession
Hmm.
because you're really pushing for it. So
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know if it's yeah. To me, possession doesn't mean anything. It's of course a scoreboard.
Hmm. I'm a tiny bit behind on my stream here, but I like that cheeky. That looked like an Adley back heel there. Kind of nice bit of skill with the ball. That was nice. Maybe a couple of seconds ago. They moved that ball fast, PSV.
I think the one thing that we need to really point out is that PSV they aren't a pushover team, so it's not like one of these Lumizana, whatever lemon squad that we played for recently. So this
Mm.
is a proper team we're playing against.
Yeah, this is a very good game to kind of get in competitive, competitive fixture before the season picks up again. Who do we have first again? I think it's Salernitana, isn't it?
Yeah, Salernitana on the fourth.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, going back to what you were saying, I really like the atmosphere in this game. It's actually the crowd was showed up, which is always nice. Man, it's those kind of long balls that just seem to catch us out, which is very surprising when you have like Kalulu and Tamori who are very fast.
Well, I can see in a game like this, maybe it has to do with the mentality as well. Do they really want to win this game, or they're just treating it as like a warm up? I hope
Well,
they
looks like
actually.
PSV want to win it. I tell you.
Yeah.
Tell you one thing though. If they lose this game tonight, I'm never wearing this jersey again because it just brings me nothing but bad luck with this team.
Maybe we just don't wear it for the friendlies.
Yeah, it's a hard jersey to like, you know, for me anyway. Hey, do you know what though, Husney? I like Morente over Tatarashanu. You know why?
What was that?
He just seems more. He just seems more active and not as like afraid. Do you know what I mean? Like he's making an effort to go up for things. Like
Yeah, which is
you
understandable
don't see that.
considering his experience and his age. But that being said,
That's it. Yeah.
Rashanu is not exactly a young guy.
Spring chicken either. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go. Let's go.
I don't know.
Uh, Depending on how much merit you want to put behind it, but it seems like they're looking for 20 million for Rebic in January if someone wants to buy him.
Let's look at it this way:
Judging
would
by
we pay 20
reports.
million for a player like Rebic? I doubt so.
True. True. I think that's more. We don't really want to sell him because we realize we don't really have adequate backup. But hey, look, if someone comes in and pays above market rate, I mean, yeah, we'll get rid of him. Just realized that's Ruud van Nistelrooy on the.
Yeah, it looks so different, right?
Jeez.
Oh, there we go.
That's how every Milan game starts, though. They don't seem to be able to win unless they fall behind first.
Let me increase the size of this thing.
Man, yeah. Start as you mean to go on. Oh, the space. Oh, the space that that player had there. Tonali.
Yeah, a lot of culprits there. Our centre backs, he's not marked.
Mm,
It's a simple fact. He's just not marked. I
yeah,
mean, it could have been a
yeah,
corner, and that could have been a goal as well. You're not marking players. This is what's going to happen.
that's it. I wouldn't be doing a close up on Dest on that because, to be honest, I mean, this is one of the rare times where he wasn't really at fault for much of what happened there. I don't think, was he? Unless maybe the first ball that came in, maybe he played onside, or he played the PSV player onside. Keep in mind as well, though, like this is a relatively strong squad that we have out.
Yeah, and it's also largely experimental because we've not seen Adley on left wing, so
That's
it's not
true.
even our strongest, near our strongest 11, if I can say that.
That's true.
Calabria, right back from injury. Mirante,
Mm,
third choice.
mm.
Now maybe promoted to second.
Mm. I see Pioli's left. Oh no, actually, Krunic is injured, isn't he?
Yeah, he has a muscle fatigue.
Does muscle fatigue?
Don't ask me what that is because it puzzles me. But how laying the bike can lead to muscle fatigue.
To be fair, he's probably a superhero part time. It's, yes, I am a Krunic fan. YouTube, don't at me.
Oh, that's nice. Can we do something?
Mm, mm, no, you see, you see what kind of happens here. This is a great example of. Remember that Cremonese game?
Yeah.
How could you forget that travesty of a game? It was like so it's like they've got the goal, right? They have to do nothing now but probably sit back for as long as they can, right? So we're packing the players, right? We're packing their let's say their final third with our players, right? But it's just like it's kind of like we're not built to actually play within tight spaces like that unless it's Leao or Giroud. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like as soon as we get up there, it's like, oh God, what do I do now?
But that says something about our depth because you can't depend on those players 38 times in a season.
That's
Add
it,
another maybe 5 games in the Champions League or a few more in the Coppa
big time,
Italia. So we need to be better.
big time, and stop being so bloody dependent on that left hand side. That was a great save by Benacer, by the way. That's just part of what he is, man. He's just, such a steady pair of hands. Actually, speaking of Benacer, I think they're very close to getting his contract through, apparently. It's only like I think, point 0.5, or sorry, only, quote unquote, but only 500,000 uh, in difference now.
Oh, we've heard that before, haven't we?
Ah, that's true. That's true. I don't know, man. Look, I'm obviously not. Uh, I think I'm kind of. I understand what you said, especially. I don't know if it was the last podcast or was it the podcast before, but you're saying, look, oh yeah, you're a bit worried about mine, yeah, and I am now a bit, but I mean, I would not. I just prefer to see Morante in goal over Tatarusanu. He just seems to maybe be a bit more active than Tata is. Um,
But looking at the scoreline, it's not enough, yeah, just to be a bit more active. We need our defenders
that's
to
true.
come back to form.
True.
He's angry.
True. Oh, that's your buddy, number 56. That's your Salamakers. Okay. What I don't want to happen here is it's like you put CDK on, right? And he's probably stressed out enough because he's not getting, what he perceives. Well, I suppose he's not getting goals and stuff like that. But if this just turns into a game where it's like we're passing between midfield and defense for the rest of the game, I mean, what do you expect him to do?
But look at the style of PSV play. I mean, barely surviving that press. A little
Mm.
bit of pressure, and we pushed all the way back to our back four.
But you see, the thing is we've been caught out a couple of times with that. Like if you Milan are very good, but if you come up against them with another similar, heavy, high pressing game, you don't have an answer for it. Chelsea was a great example of that.
But what gets me about
Completely
the Chelsea
destroyed.
game is that we started off much better than they did in the first game at Stamford Bridge. But
Ah,
somehow
that's true, I
we
suppose.
dipped off and we essentially collapsed.
Yeah. Oh my days. Tonelli. Yeah, so my stream now is about a good 8 seconds behind. So let me see if I can refresh it.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
so
losing
Milan, why
everything
do
in
you
the
have?
midfield.
Yeah. So hopefully now when I refresh, it'll be 2-1. If that's how it works. No, it's not. Okay. Unfortunate. Yeah, I'm 4 seconds behind now, so that's not too bad. I'll take that. Oh man, playing PSV is such a throwback. I think was it 2004 we were playing these guys. Was it the quarters or the semi-finals of the Champions League? And it went to extra time. And then I think if I recall, Ambrosini got the header. Jeez, that was it was a great game to be a Milan fan. I remember that game still. Obviously, not a great game to be a PSV fan, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that's the thing about the Dutch teams. They have some really good teams, even though the league is comparatively smaller than other
That's
leagues
the thing. They
in
always
Europe.
seem to pull out a couple of surprises, really, don't they? You know,
It's something about their identification, their oh
they nurture talent well.
yeah,
That's what they do. Yeah.
we got to play it down. What's going on?
Mm.
Who was that who took it to the face?
It's not Dest, is it? No, it's not
Oh no,
Dest. Is
Dadley.
it? Sadly. Is this right? Oh,
Ooh, got an elbow to the face.
yeah, that's nasty. Accidental, but still nasty. Yeah,
Well, it's not going to change the scoreline. That's one thing.
that's it. Mister Pioli on the bottled water, man. That wasn't too bad. Looked offside though. Yeah, yeah. I'd love to know how often Dest has played left back in his career.
I can't remember. Even in the Barcelona highlights, I've seen him on the right hand side.
Yeah, it's not good. Still though, I'd still prefer to see him there than Balotore. So make it that what you will.
If Torres still injured, yeah, he's another one that's out of injury.
No, he's on the bench.
Is he?
Yeah,
Check that.
where he lives.
Where he
Sorry,
flies his trade.
Balotore. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be negative, but
I think Adley's really suffering with the left wing.
I'd say you could put Jesus Christ himself on that left wing at this point, and he'd go, "I'm not Leo." You know, nice defending there. Was that Tamori?
What's going on here?
Is that was nice play though,
Who's that?
Tamori. But that was oh oh no. Just as I was talking about this being a competitive match, please don't lose one of the starters.
No, no, it's fine. Unless it's very severe, you probably won't uh, go out because of a head injury or a face injury.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like getting kicked in the balls, it'd be like embarrassing or something.
Yeah. You'd
You
nearly
don't
want
end
to
up on a
come off.
stretcher from that.
That's it. Or if you're oh yeah. What's Husney midfielder, Italy midfielder plays for Inter, Barella. Or it's like if you're Barella, you know, basically if the referee looks at you the wrong way, you spend about 2 years on the ground. Such a It's a shame as well. Great player, but just when you see that type of idiocy, only Teo Hernandez can get away with that.
Yeah, but Theo he gets up fighting, so that's a big difference.
That's it. That's it. See, my fear with the likes of Teo, as great a player as he is going forward, right? But let's just say, right, uh, you know, we get what we want from this cycle, and next thing Milan are challenging for the Champions League for the next 5 years.
Oh, there
Ah,
you
this
go.
is nasty. To be fair, right, I'm trying to look at that in a positive light, right? That is just a good shot, though.
It is about we're letting it happen.
I know, but still, like, I'll give him, let me see the space. How was he in space? Because offside? Oh no, because it didn't reach him.
No,
So,
it's not.
okay, never mind.
Even if it was offside, I would give it as onside because look at how we're playing. Not closing him down.
Hold
Nothing.
on, though. Who was on him there? Was that
Des
or
was in front of
this?
him.
Looked like Dest and Tamori there for a minute.
So just like what happened in Dubai, this is turning into an opposition. In this case, a PSV training match.
Yeah, yeah, this is not good. Like, especially with the increase in, let's say, there's additional quality in our squad now.
Somehow, towards the end of uh, this year, we've been regressing.
Yeah, you see, I'd love to use the excuse, oh, it's the World Cup, and but to be honest, like, I mean, Dest was out in the first, or did the USA make it to the second round?
Yeah, they made to
They
the
made, they made it to the second round, but
round
they
16.
left. Yeah, that's it. So they left fairly early. Like, let's be honest, didn't get to the semis or the final or something, obviously. So, I mean, Dest looks, well, shouldn't be making those mistakes. Tamori, I mean, come on. You should have been picked for the World Cup. Unfortunately, you weren't, but
No, but I mean, I would love to defend Tomori, but look at his performances this season.
it's not good, is it?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm starting to see that. If I was Southgate, you are gambling by taking on Tomori. I mean, yes, if the World Cup was in summer and Tomori just came off winning the Scudetto, maybe yeah, you could argue that he's still in the top of his game. But looking at
Hmm.
this, uh,
Yeah.
it's difficult to find the words to really explain how he's changed, not for the better.
Yeah, it is a very strange one. It could be a thing where, you know, it may just be a situation where we need someone more established in the middle alongside him. Could be.
But if we're looking at those sort of upgrades to our squad, then you could say every position could use an upgrade.
That's true, yeah. And the problem is then it's kind of, you say, well, putting Kier, but then even if you're putting the likes of Kier, I mean, I think there's something to be said for Kier. I mean, he's not starting tonight,
Yeah.
you know? So
But look at the
I said,
team. Do you think he could
Irish.
survive? I doubt so. Not everyone is struggle. Look at how we're playing. This
Yeah,
experiment's clearly not working.
no. And to be fair, I think it's probably because it doesn't seem to be going down PSV's left hand side, but Calabria seems to have been fairly okay, but I think that's just because it hasn't been coming to his area to pitch.
It's more than that, Shane. We've been losing the ball in midfield. We're trying to look for these incisive channels to put it to Rebic
Yeah,
up front. So he's like on a 1v2 sort of situation. It's not
that's it.
working.
I mean, but the thing is look. I mean, there's literally look at this. Look, there's no pressing going on when they have the ball in their half. It's okay. Like this is yeah, this is bad. Like this is not good.
And you know what I hate about seeing the scoreline at this 25th minute mark is that
Yeah.
even if we do decide to come back into it, and this does happen, yeah, everyone does happen in
Mm.
friendlies, they might be taking their foot off the pedal. That's what I really hate.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. So you're just kind of like going, oh, so even if it ends up 2-2, unfortunate. Even if it ends up 2-2, I know what you mean. It's kind of like, well, the only reason it's a draw is because they left us back into it. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
what you mean.
they
It's
could put on
definitely an
like
element of that.
they could put on some kids into the
That's it.
game. Yeah, and it's not
Oh man, I
competitive
don't
anymore.
want to see. I don't want to see. You know that thing that they did when they were playing. Who was it? Liverpool, where they just kind of gave up and said, "Oh, we'll throw on the rest of the kids anyway."
Yeah.
I know it was looked. There was a couple of bright moments for some of the players that came on, but like still, it's like at least treated it competitively. Just think the problem. I think Pioli's too nice a guy.
No, it's obvious that he's angry, but it just doesn't translate into anything that the team
No.
wants to fix.
Mm.
And I see we're looking at this FIFA-esque sort of move. So what is going on?
Yeah, that's not good.
And sorry to bring out about the negativity, but our next competitive game is in about 5 days. There's no time.
I know. I know. I know. And the worst thing is you know that this. Sorry, Hosni, one moment.
Mhm.
And the worst thing is if they come out, because coming out against Salernitana like this as well. I mean, it's kind of like that in their head they're giving themselves an excuse just not to perform. Yeah, this is not good overall, really, is it? It's very unprofessional. Really is.
Well, shout out to someone who commented, Paul KB. I know him, so he's in our chat.
Nice. Hello. You got the live chat going. At one time, this game was 4K. We promise. Like what you say about this? The world needs Krunic. Hero of our time. Yeah. So here's the thing as well, right? Do you think
Oh,
like this? No,
have we even had a shot on goal? This is what I'm wondering.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's
This
been
is
half an hour.
absolutely just like it's like it's trying to even get. He's trying to even look for positives in it. You know, it's kind of like, well, the pitch is well looked after.
Yeah, you could say we look better in the Arsenal game. I know we lost that 2-1, but we had Origi, he had chances, hit the crossbar.
That's it.
Look at this
That's
game.
it. That's it.
What can you say
I think
here?
what those green jerseys are really handy for is if if you squint your eyes a lot, right? It's like you can't see Milan playing, and that's probably a
Yeah.
positive based on tonight. Paul, if this game doesn't end at least 6-2, I swear.
Oh, something turns into nothing.
That's it. Story of our season so far, to be honest.
Is it an improvement that we're getting into the box?
That's it. At least you make it into the box and fall over.
Oh, a shot. At least a shot.
Yeah, something. Wasn't a million miles away either. Oh, ho, your arch enemy, Rebic. Oh, my days. See, and this is why you press, even though that kind of looked like a foul from Adley there. Did you see that? But anyway, you take it.
Yeah,
This is
one
why
of those
you
50-50
press.
situations. It could have been, or
Yeah,
it might not have been. Depends on the ref of the day.
yeah. Or if your name is Tamori versus Chelsea, then you just get a straight red anyway. Ah, this is not good. See, the problem is it's going to be an unpopular opinion here, right?
Yep.
But coming out like each of the friendlies that we've been playing, I know especially you could use the argument against the likes of, let's say, maybe, well, yeah, Liverpool, Arsenal. I know, an awful lot of our quality was still at the World Cup or couldn't play, right? But
Oh,
stuff like this is just, it's crazy because it just looks very unprofessional. Like,
do we have something? Who's that? Salamakis.
no way.
Oh, a
Do you know
shot
what?
on target. Amazing.
I tell you, I tell you what though, Salad Makers keeps bringing that to the table.
Was it Salamakis or CDK? Hold on. Let me check that again. Oh, CDK with the clearance.
Yeah,
Like, prevented another goal.
that's it.
So is that his favorite position now? Centre back.
That's it. Yeah, dude, could easily be like 3 or 4,
Yeah.
and it deserves to be 3 or 4.
Who's that on that right wing?
For PSV,
Yeah.
I don't even know what the players look like. This is how bad it's gone. 1 second now. I shall tell you. Will they do live commentary on Sky Sports? Let's find out. Oh, so the result that it's giving me is the game from 2013.
We
Okay,
need that
no,
team
don't
from
need to.
2013. I tell you that.
Yeah, arguably that team was probably worse. I think it was a Kevin Prince Boateng and Balotelli scored.
No, but
Um,
Balotelli, he has something in him. That guy.
he was, yeah, no, he's a great player.
Oh, this is interesting move. Do we have rhythm now? Do we have rhythm? Oh, guess that didn't work, but yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, the only thing that left Balotelli down was, well, yeah, you know yourself, list of things too long to talk about, but yeah, he's just his attitude stinks. Him and Neymar, they're very the same kind of player, and that's why Neymar, had the potential to be talked about like it as 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 a Ballon d'Or winner. But I mean, he's never going to do it now. Who's he going to do it with? PSG? Ah, get out of here.
No, since Messi's in the team. So,
Yeah,
you know what everyone was saying about him moving out, leaving Barcelona to move out of Messi's shadow, but he found himself
that's
right
it.
back in.
That's it. But I mean, who's he gonna? When you look at it this way, right? Who's he gonna end up going to?
I don't know, but if I was Neymar, I mean, be happy with what you have. And one thing that he does do well is that he monetizes his image.
He does indeed. Yeah, he does indeed. But that's what he'll. That's I think that's probably in terms of football, he won't be known as a footballer, just as kind of a highly paid child.
That's one way of
Um,
looking at it.
yeah, dude. Here we go.
No, we are a lot more threatening now. So
Ah, yeah, but that's usually the way. You know yourself. Fall behind, really.
yeah, but what we got to wait until like we're 2-0 down. Is that it?
That's it. That's it. You have to wait till it's probably
We're about to be
very near
destroyed.
impossible. Exactly. So the right wing is Madueke.
Yeah, but look at the guy.
Madueke.
He's built. Yeah, he's a big guy. That's got
He's
nothing
a.
on him.
That's it. Well, although to be fair, my kid is like 4, and I think Des doesn't have much on my kid. I think Des doesn't have much on anyone really. He's not that kind of player, which is fine. But oh, he's an English player,
Who?
and he's only 20. Mediweke. Okay.
Oh,
Ah, it's 15 million. His market value. Hmm.
oh, worth it in my opinion. Yeah?
Well, here's the thing. You see, it's kind of when you start falling into the trap of just looking at
Oh, nice. Who's that?
kind of
Good
you
recovery.
look at you you
Benacer.
look at yeah, so you start looking at any right wing on the up playing against them could be an upgrade. And the thing is, they actually would. But hey, Salad, I tell you, I say that, and then Salad Macros pulls that stunner out the bag of a wasted cross. But still,
No, the thing is that at least he scored.
yeah, where'd you even go? Really, too much going on in this. I mean, look at it. Look at the amount of PSV players that are. And this isn't a
Oh,
critique on the way PSV are playing, but 11 players back behind the ball because they know they have the game sold up now.
yeah, and they can just depend on counter attacks. I mean, they don't have to like tire themselves out. They've done the job. Yeah, and this is true about
Yeah,
football.
yeah,
You can finish the game in about 10, 20 minutes as long as you're ahead and sit
that's
back,
it.
not really commit a disaster.
That's it. But like, I mean, just looking at this though, you see, the problem is and this is where Milan are really in a lot of trouble. So if you're in a good position where you get an early goal against them and you just sit back like that, you know, where we need a lot of openness, or we need the team constantly coming at us to try and get 3 points. But games like this, I mean, I'm probably telling you, I'd be highly surprised if we get anything out of this game.
But as Italian champions, you should be a bit disappointed to be saying that.
Yeah, that's true. I know what you mean, but it's just even trying to, just being realistic about this. This is it's atrocious. I mean, like the only chances that we've really gotten has been when Salad Salamakers when Salamakers ran up the other end of the pitch from you know a failed counter or a failed attack by PSV. Jesus, that's where we are now. Like the only way we're getting a shot on goal against PSV is when Salamakers has to get the ball and run half of the length of the pitch with it. This is awful. Man,
Look at they're doing. They're shooting from like way outside the box. They
that's
think
it.
that
I mean,
they're taking the piss out
all
of us.
all it's missing now is for their goalie to start trying to take shots.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it now. Yeah, great, great. Yep, yeah, great, great shots of the crowd. Great, yeah. That's what we need to see. Okay, but here's the thing, though, right? Let's say even you know what I was saying about the lack of professionalism. So
Yeah.
PSV, right? They're under the same criteria we are. They're using this as a warm-up match, right? But they've showed up and we haven't. You know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
it looks. This doesn't look good. I like on Pioli more so than anyone else. I think need to be cracking some skulls here because oh god, this.
No, watch out. This right winger dude. He's good.
Hmm. Only 15 mil. I say only. Like I can just find it in the back garden. But yeah, still compared to what you'd be paying other places.
I guess it's not really a sin if you want to overhaul your squad after you've won Scudetto.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know yourself. It's kind of we're just gonna have to wait to see what Redbird do, but I just don't have a feeling that they'll do much in January. If anything, I can see the squad getting smaller.
Yeah, don't hold
I
your
mean,
breath. Red Bull won't do
Bakayoko,
something.
yeah, Bakayoko out. I mean, dare I say maybe Rebic out.
Yeah, bringing
Naffer
Bakayoko
comes
out
in.
is, yeah, it is a smart move. But you also got a question about what were the decisions leading up to bringing him in.
Yeah, it was a funny one, but look. To be fair, I can understand it, right? Based on he did play well towards the end of his time with us under Gattuso.
But that was so long ago. You should see his performance with Napoli. That was a horror show.
No, that's true. Actually, yeah, that's true. He kind of fell off. Yeah,
So
I
it
think
seemed like
he's
we signed
kind
him
of.
based on scouting reports and experience from like years ago. when it
Yeah,
was clear
that's
to see
true.
what was the most recent available information.
And a big whack of salary as well. I mean, he's not cheap when it comes to salary because he's on
Yeah.
this ridiculous overinflated Premier League scale.
Well, thank God for
What
the halftime whistle.
what do you even say about that half? Jesus.
Oh, absolutely disappointing. Two goals considered 20 minutes. Could it get any worse? No, it couldn't because they could have scored another maybe three or four more goals. Looking at how we defend.
Deserved, deservedly.
Yeah. For us, we had what,
This is
two
not
shots
good.
on target, a few, a few glimpses of what ideas that players have in their mind, but can't seem to execute on the pitch. Overall, not good.
Mm, mm, not
So I
good,
guess
man. Not
the,
good at all.
the club really deserve it that we are pinching the stream from the app and putting it on YouTube.
That's it. That's it. Shout out. Thanks, Milan. Very kind thing you did. No, but it's absolutely hideous. I mean, God Almighty. Like they're going to go through the highlights now, right? And the highlights are literally just going to be all PSV.
Yeah.
I mean, oh,
Now those are the only
it's getting.
highlights worth watching. There are plenty other highlights that you don't
th-
want to watch.
That's it. That's it. Although to be fair, I think Rebic did get close once or twice, right?
Yeah.
So, but again, they were like, weren't they? Basically, they were like shots from outside the box. Hi. I'm not going to be surprised. You know what? I bet you Lazarus is going to come on now.
Yeah. Liao was warming up, so he's probably gonna get a few minutes.
I hope so. But like even so, it's this thing of you know put on Leao and Lazetic. What's the worst that's going to happen? At least if you have Leao up there, hopefully you've a bit more penetration there in terms of getting some service into the box. Um, but yeah, this wow, it's poor.
Yeah, but we come back
Imagine
to the
being
same
Milan.
argument, right? We shouldn't need Liao. I
Mm,
mean, this is the
mm,
problem that it's a friendly, and if we need Liao to win this game,
I
God
know,
forbid he picks up an injury. Anything can happen in a
I know,
game like this.
I know. I know, and yeah, like keep in mind, and look, and this is no slight to PSV because again they've done really well, and they're just behind Arsenal, which is Arsenal. They're playing great football in the Premier League and deserve to be as high up in the table as they are. But like the big difference is that PSV showed up and we haven't. But the thing is I mean, I'm even just thinking back, even before the breaks. I like it's a long time ago now since we actually showed up in a game.
All
I
right.
mean, I'm thinking what maybe Juve and Juve even showing up. That's debatable because Juve were, they were right in the well coming out of their slump a bit now with these awful wins, playing awful football. But man, this is very concerning. The longer that we start seeing games like this, Hosni, the more and more it's kind of showing to me is like, look, fair enough, it might be personnel, but I think this is Pioli, man.
Well, I don't want to say it at this stage because it's only been a few months since he won us a Scudetto. It may be
Mm,
time for Pioli out again, yet again.
that's it, and it's a shame because again, you don't, and I agree with you because I don't want to be one of these guys where it's like, oh, well, you know, you get a run of bad games, and next thing then it's like, oh, you're asking for everyone to get kicked out the club. But no, but like I don't know, it seems to be in a bit of a pattern. Maybe it's kind of like people have caught on to Pioli's style now, and they're kind of they're able to counter it. It's
Yeah.
not good. It's not good.
But one thing's clear, and I hope everyone agrees that if he doesn't make it into the top four, he's got to go. Definitely. Yeah, no questions asked. I'm
Definitely,
sorry.
yeah. I
Thank you for the
mean,
memories. You have to go.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you can't devolve from a Scudetto winning squad. You can't devolve to a fifth place team in one season, with the majority being the same personnel that you had.
Yeah.
You can't, like just like and I don't care what anyone says. I don't really believe Napoli have evolved into a Scudetto winning squad. Could be completely wrong in June, and if I am, hey, that's on me. But still,
Well,
this is too much of a drop off, and it's all just based around lack of professionalism.
if you look at it
Professionalism, pardon.
in terms of the where we are, and don't look at the points. Yeah, we're in second place. You could say that
Mm,
he's still a top level manager. But if
mm.
you're like us and many other fans as well that are watching every single game, really looking into the performances, analyzing how we play, it's not anywhere near good. Could say it's bad at this point.
It's not. It's not like the thing, and the problem is it, this is the frustrating thing as well because we could go through a run of games where let's just say we might, I don't know, depending on the Coppa Italia, we might have Napoli, might have Inter, might have Juve, right? And we
Mm.
could beat the three of those, right? The next thing then you have, let's say, Spezia, Cremonese,
Monza.
Monza, and we just completely lose it. You're kind of going like, surely, like, and the thing is I get it from the players' perspectives because they're well, they're again, you know, they're they're there to do a job, and the way that they'll see it is, well, I only need to play to the level of my opponent, which I understand that. But like, if you're going, you can't win a league with that mentality because there'll always be teams that'll catch you out.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree.
like 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 what's happened, right? Because I this is the thing. I mean, you know, you can play to the level of the opponent all you want, but the problem is we're kind of, you know, that's if you have a fantastic forward line, which we have Leao, Giroud, right? Um, Zlatan, sorry, coming back, that we don't know how good he is.
Oh, when he's
We
coming
we don't
back?
know if he, or when he's coming back.
Yeah.
So we can't, he's 40. What is he? 40, 41, 40
41. Yeah.
something, 41. So he's 41 years age. So I mean, like a recent, we don't have the personnel, unfortunately. We don't have like enough game changers in the squad to kind of take the game by the scruff of the neck and kind of dig us out of a hole. We have Leao.
Yeah. There's one thing that I want to point out, and if you ask
Yeah.
whether we have the ability of champions, I believe we do. Yeah? So that's proven. Most of the squad is the same
Mm,
as last season, and they won. Regardless
mm,
of how many points we won Scudetto by, but we won it. Yeah. So the
mm,
championship that level is there. But
mm.
something just doesn't click in terms of the mentality. No one's willing to give. Look at this. Yeah.
That's the
The header
thing.
comes
But you see,
through.
here's
Kalulu just looks across. Is he willing to at least die for it? Would he
well,
have
here's
been
the
last season?
this is the thing though, Husney. I think like, you see, I think this is mentality. I don't think it's anything else. I think what it is they've, you can get really lucky if you win something as a young player, like Maldini did, but he had world champions alongside him when he won everything when he was 20, early 20s with Milan that time.
Hmm.
But you can get lucky with young players where they can kind of go, yeah, okay, so this is how I win, and then they keep up those positive traits, right? Unfortunately, what can also happen is they get complacent and they kind of say, I already know I'm the best, so I don't need to continue working hard now. I'll just, I'll keep it the level I'm at. And I think this is kind of what we're seeing. And
No,
that
not
speaks
only
to a
that.
lack of leadership in the club.
I don't think it's leadership. It's just some sort of aura of like over dependency. So the example that you mentioned just now about Maldini. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Mm,
he wasn't bad by any means, but there were excellent players in front of him. Yeah, if you even talk about the
mm,
Dutch trident that we had at the time. So
mm,
even if he did a mistake, others will be able to easily make up for it. Last season, similar thing. Take Giroud out of the squad, and he's one of the more experienced players. And I'm not even considering his age. And but he'll win the game for you. This season, if now that the same players that we were dependent on from last season are not doing well or are not on the pitch even, we're lost. I don't know why
Mm,
we're lost.
yeah.
Because you could
It's
argue, like,
definitely.
because everyone keeps
Mm,
raising the fact that, oh, we have so many clean sheets towards the end of last season. But
mm,
think about it again, and I'm seriously thinking about it now. Was it because that our attack was so potent that we were busy keeping the ball upfield near the opponent's box that our defenders didn't have to do much?
mm,
Now what's happening?
yeah, yeah. I think that's a fair point. I think when you say it that way, um, yeah, but it's a shame as well because like it's hard to put the finger on it because it's not like because we know that Tamori is a good player, right? We know that Kalulu is a good player. But if you were to watch this game tonight, you go, what is going on with these? Like, I mean, it's the space, there's no aggression.
Yeah.
I don't like, I don't get it. And I mean, and keep in mind, it's not like they have a midfield pairing of, what's it, Pobega and what's the other guy? Um, the new guy that they signed in, I think August. It's not
Rank.
Chow, is it? Ranks,
Yeah.
ranks.
Yeah.
It's not like they have ranks in Pobega who are, good potential, but they're still a bit, green. It's like they have like, they've Benacer and they've Tenali sitting in front of them. Like this is a those four positions are positions that we could potentially be using for the rest of the season, and they're just, man, they just haven't showed up.
Yeah, and one thing I'd like to add to that is that if you look at the lineup of PSV, I mean, come on, guys, anyone who's watching it, especially if you're a fellow Milan guys, you don't know most or any of these guys. You never
Yeah.
probably never heard of them. But for us,
Mm,
we play in the top five league, and look at this
yeah.
performance.
Mm. To be fair, Bakayoko made it onto the bench.
Yeah,
I think that's some sort of achievement in itself.
but his as
Diaz
being
is
on
on
the
the bench.
bench, it's maybe a useful player that couldn't have occupied that spot. So I mean, people have to take
Yeah, true.
responsibility for that. This is the part that really annoys me is that we don't put enough responsibility on the decision makers, and we're so quick to praise them when something goes right. But when something goes wrong,
Yeah, this is.
you have to have the courage to point it out as well.
Yeah, there's got to be something like. I hope Maldini's watching this and kind of starts
Oh,
going up to
he
some of
is,
the
he
players.
understands.
Like, oh no, but I hope he watches it and I hope he kind of says, like we need we need a big player in January.
I'm sure he's thinking about it, but what his gambles, he's already placed his bets in the summer mercato. This is the problem. So if
Yeah,
you've made a mistake, you're just watching your mistake play out essentially.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Man, yeah, it's even hard to get hyped up over this now because I mean it's like you said towards the end of the second half. It's like fair enough if we come out now, right? And let's say we get 2 goals, but we know damn well it's just because PSV have literally just taken the foot off the gas.
Yeah,
They've
they're not
left us
bothered.
into the game, not that this is not good.
No, let's face it. They've won this game. So even if we were to draw or in the impossibility that we do win the game, maybe 3-2 or something,
Yeah,
it's they could have finished us off easily. Finished us off
yeah,
in the first half an hour.
yeah. And the worst thing is, I was just gonna say, I hope they don't bring on Leao, right? Because the worst thing that I would see is if Leao came on, scores 2 goals and sets up a goal, right? Then it's like, imagine how poor that makes Milan outside of Leao. Like,
He just might.
I
He's the
mean,
only natural left winger that we have. Oh, I don't know. I guess Rebic as well. But Rebic is playing up
Rebic
front.
as well, but
We got
yeah,
Adley, who's in a way being treated like Liao, being thrown in every single position.
that's
So
it.
what? I mean, can you blame the guy if he wants to leave? I mean, you're essentially being abused at this point.
Yeah, yeah. It's awful. Ah, go on. At least they're enjoying the game.
It seems to be.
Yeah, and it's just this annoying thing as well, where it's like you said, it's. I mean, considering just how desperate we are, that and how much we need Leao, and now management are kind of starting to haggle over, oh, we're really trying to give you this contract, and it's like, have you seen how bad we are without Leo? It's like there's
You're
literally
right. You are so
there's
right.
it,
They're putting on Lazatic.
it like yeah, I knew it. Like you just see what I mean? It's like this is it, man.
You called it, Shane. You
This is
called it.
yeah, this is it now. And watch, and Leao will come on, right? And they'll bring on Leao at about 60 minutes, right? If it's 2-0, right? And you know what? The worst thing, and this is probably going to happen, but the worst thing that'll happen, right? Or is he coming on now?
No, he still got his jacket on. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Because the worst thing that'll happen is if Leao will probably score like two, set up one, and this win 3-2, right? And then we all go, we won the game. But then they're like, no, we didn't. Leao won the game.
Yeah, and they'll
This
be
is the
right.
same guy that they won't pay a salary to, by the way. Yeah,
No, but
man.
if you're a player like
Here we
Liao,
go.
and let's face it, if you have ambition and you're
Mm,
looking at this game, would you want to
mm.
stay?
No,
We want him
no,
to stay because we're fans, no doubt about it, and he's a good player. But if
no,
you are Liao,
mm, no, no, no. Definitely not. Oh no, put it this way: this is like the failing isn't on Leao's side if he goes. I could like there should be no hurt feelings from a Milan fan to Leao if he decides to go, other than you're an idiot and you think that Milan is the only football club in the world. But like, man, yeah, it's like you said when you see this kind of stuff. So Lazetic is on now. I assume it's in place of Rebic, or has
yeah,
purely just
Rebic is off.
decided to magically change the formation again. Yeah, it's awful.
No, but consider it.
As
Yeah.
good as Lazetic may or may not be, what's the expectation of him supposed to be in this game? So he's never going to get the ball.
Oh, we could be surprised, but what worries me is that if he's toying with Lazatic in the second half starting, could he also start Lazatic against
This is what
Salernitana?
I see. This 100% is what I see. And the thing and Lazetic could potentially get thrown to the wolves here. And we could see a good player that just goes off into limbo because as he's been bought on, he's been bought on to a team which, to be honest, the more and more I watch this team, the more and more I kind of look at them and go, wow, we really, really punched above our weight last year.
Well, that's what saddens me a little bit, and some people have said it, is that was the Scudetto last season, was it just a fluke? I really don't want it to be,
Yeah,
but
I think so. I think so.
we have
I think
so
so.
much work ahead. Look at this.
Yeah. I mean, like the game. I mean, yeah. Even against the likes of, let's say, look, forget the lemonade game, right? But like, well, actually, no, throw in the lemonade game or Lumizzane or whatever they were called. Like, literally, all of the games where there was no professionalism whatsoever. There was none. It's like every other team showed up. You know.
But the positive about that Lemonade game was that our Primavera, they really wanted it. You could argue that
Oh yeah,
Lemon squad
yeah,
was the Primavera level, but they really wanted to win it.
yeah.
And it's different.
It
Even
did.
against
It did.
Liverpool, when the kids were on, we we looked so much better.
Yeah, well, that's true. But you see, the problem is that then just tells you that like we have a squad of players that need to be sold. So if there's Primavera players that are coming on, right, and are putting in more effort than you are, as a grossly overpaid professional that you are, you do not belong at the club.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, this is not good. Maybe it's a thing where they've kind of said, well, look, I've won a Serie A. I think I should be getting paid more. The problem is even if you go by that logic, you're not going to get paid more by paying by by being lazy and playing badly.
But that's the thing is that winning the Serie A or Scudetto is like singular. We want it to be plural.
This is the thing, but I mean, the
Give
worst
me
thing
three or
is
four, two or three, then you let's talk. But just one, and
this
all of a
is
sudden
this
you've grown a
is
big dick.
like. But the thing is let's say even if Napoli, and fair dues to Napoli, I'd have no hard feelings at all if Napoli go and win it this year. In fact, out of any of the other sides in Serie A,
Yeah,
I'd,
rather
I'd
than
really like to see. I'd really like Napoli to win it, to be honest. Um, but like, I mean, you're not telling me that like with a couple of signings, that Napoli have become this European level Champions League contender. They haven't, like, they just haven't been found out yet. But once they get found out, they'll get found out. But here's the thing, though. It's like, as defending champions, all you can really do is just try and stay as close to them as possible. But they haven't even been doing that. And it's not like they've lost points away to good squads. Milan have lost points away to the likes of, I mean, who was it?
Torino.
Who did, Torino? I mean, that was, I
Yeah, we're
think we
talking
won
Torino and
Spezia,
Napoli.
didn't
Yeah.
we? Yeah, so it was Napoli. Even though, fair enough, I think, we were robbed against Napoli completely robbed.
You because of the
But,
penalty?
hmm?
Because of that penalty? What do you mean by robbed?
I mean, in terms of the way that the game went, I think Napoli like had did next to nothing in terms of shots on goal compared to ours. It's just that
Yeah,
they were far more clinical.
we looked like
You
we were
know,
going to win it for most of the game.
we did. We were robbed. Milan were robbed like for that game. But still, if Napoli win the Scudetto by 1 point or 2 points, people won't remember that game that they were outplayed
Yeah,
because it
I
won't
agree.
matter, and rightfully so. But still, man, this something seriously gone wrong here. Now, like I'm thinking, and the only thing that in my head, the only thing that's making sense here right now is maybe it's like you said, huge over reliance on Leo, huge.
Not only Leo,
Um,
Giroud, Theo. We have a few of these guys.
Giroud, Theo, yeah. I mean, look, and don't get me wrong, because I mean, even if you look at it this way, it's like I think any squad in the world, right? If you could say, do you want Theo and do you want Leo, and they would say yes,
Yeah,
right? So that's understandable. I think our big problem is when you compare that to the right hand side, the squads that could afford Theo or Leo, right? They have a right hand side that is just amazing.
you're right there.
You know, literally we don't like we Leo and Hernandez are literally the output for most of our good play. So the only way you're going to fix that is we can't do it on the right hand side with the personnel that we have now. And this is a hard thing to say, but I'm saying that as well, including our captain who's back on the pitch.
Yeah, after a long
Like
hiatus.
now, yeah, I don't see it, man. I just we're severely lacking. We're very poor on that right hand side. So
Man, how many times did I bring
and
down Adley?
mm, I think Adley's going to bring him down. Oh yeah, I thought that was going to be one of those weird ones where he literally tripped himself up, but it wasn't. Man, but this is the thing as well, and it's kind of like, you know what? I think you made the point there a while ago, or well, quite some time ago. But you kind of said it was when Adley wasn't playing,
Mm-hmm.
so you were like, so what does it take to get into Pioli's good books? So like, how do you actually get a game under Pioli?
You change your
And
name
it's
to
just,
Grunage.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
easy.
Changing it. That's it. That's it. It's like, man, and this is the other issue I have with Pioli. You know, surely he got some brownie points he could have used by winning the Scudetto last year, right? And he could have said, "Listen, guys, instead of just giving me kids this year, right? Could you not get me an experienced right winger?"
Yeah, you're right there. So the blend is very important, and we've had that blend even in our,
Mm,
when we were the team. Okay, when we were the
mm,
team in Europe, it was never a team full of young players, nor was it a
mm,
team full of old players.
mm.
If I'm not mistaken, Sheva, when he left us, he wasn't even 30, by the way. I think he was 29, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think what wrecked Chev at that time was the missed penalty
Yeah, but
in
by no means
the.
was he old. But yeah, he
I
had,
think he was 30 maybe
yeah.
when he went to Chelsea. Yeah. And to be honest, looking back at it now, I think if you're honest with the player, if it was you asked him, look, was this a me decision or was it a Berlusconi decision? It's not going to be a Shevchenko decision to go to Chelsea when you're at Milan. Not at that time.
Yeah, I agree. How much they paid for him? It was a record transfer, if I'm not mistaken. I think like 31 million pounds or something. At the time, of
Something
course.
like that. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, and it's a shame as well because I mean, it wrecked Shevchenko's career. Um, you know, and I think trying to think who did we get in place of him then? I think we got someone like,
No, but
was it Barriello?
Sheva leaving was then what, Inzaghi's.
Oh, that was the beginning of the end then. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was the beginning of the end, really. Or did we get in Gilardino, or did we already have Gilardino? I can't
I think we already
remember.
had him.
We already had him, so it's probably Marco Barriello. Oh my days, we had
Oh,
Barriello. Oh, yeah. Although, all my shtick about the dear. At least Calabria nearly got it in, though. I'll give it to him, despite all my slurs.
that move reminds me of the goal that Japan had when they. I think
Mm.
that was the goal that knocked out Germany, right? Right
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
the
That
line.
was lovely. That was lovely. Oh, you mean the World Cup that I refuse to
Oh,
acknowledge happened?
well, the
Ah,
right winger,
I don't
buy
know.
him, man. You got 30 days, buy him.
Yeah, you never know, Hosni, though. I mean, if this kid is 15 million, he's big, he's tall, he looks physical. There's a bit of a layout about him. Jeez, I go for him.
Yeah. He's not as quick as Leo, but look at his ability.
That's it.
Look at this. Look at this replay. Yeah. All him. All him. Through the center.
All him, babe. All him.
Again, Des, not bothered.
Do you know what though? You know that kind of goal. That's what Rebic used to do for us.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Do you know what I
He did
mean?
that. From the left, he did that quite a bit.
Like from the left, exactly. But
Take it
like,
across, find the angle, pull the trigger.
and then just pull the trigger. Yeah, that was very much a good old Rebic goal from back in the day. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I really want the
I mean,
fans
it's
to.
kind of
I really want the
like,
fans to judge this. The past few games, everyone was saying, "Oh, we shouldn't be too concerned. It's about fitness, getting up to match fitness." But how is this really helping us? this month, this break, this World Cup break that the club has had,
Yeah.
has not benefited us in any way. We look worse, in fact.
No,
We look worse than.
no, but
Yeah.
the problem is when you look at it, it's this is very alarming.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm going back again to just the squad not being like it's like there's no leadership in that squad. Do you know, in terms of like right, remain competitive. Get the basics down. There's none of this going on right now. And again, Lazetic is on the pitch. He's a kid. What's he supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and again, not even outside of Lazetic, but CDK. Now, when was the last time CDK had the ball?
He
This is
had but busy
crazy.
dancing in the
Like,
box.
yeah, yeah. There's no urgency at all there, though. That's the thing. You see, it's yeah. It's even the link-up play, like from the defense to the midfield. It's just that's really starting to suffer now as well, which is because that really saved us a lot last year. You know, because you had Benacer coming back to collect these balls. Dare I say, you had Kessie that was doing a good bit of mopping up as well.
Oh, well, those guys are gone,
Mm.
and all Cassie is doing is actual mopping at the bench.
That's it. Yeah,
He's
that's it.
mopping away his
It's a
tears.
shame. Yeah, it's a shame.
Oh, come on! Who was that? Oh, Lazatic.
Lazetic, yeah.
No, we have ideas. I wouldn't say that we're completely clueless in this game, but the execution of which that might have been offside if it had went in.
That was your buddy there with a great pass, by the way.
Yeah.
Salamakers. And that's a bit harsh, given that as offside. If that goes in, considering he's a kid, I think it's a bit harsh. He didn't seem that far off. Tell you what, though, great pass by Salamakers.
Yeah. He's come back stronger.
That's it. It's after you had to chat with him, Hosni.
And let's not forget,
He's a.
at one point he's the joint top scorer in the Champions League.
I know, yeah, but keep in mind, Tatarusanu was also on the team of the week for the Champions League at some point.
Was he? Was he? I didn't
He,
remember that.
he was. I couldn't believe it. Yeah,
Which one was it? The week that we played? Was it Zagreb? Was it?
I think it was it the Salzburger game, Salzburger, or
Oh,
maybe
I
the
don't
week
remember.
before. It could have been the Zagreb game, but like you're just kind of going, wow.
You know those games they feel so far away. Like I, if I was to watch it again today, it would be completely like I know they were different players, but the
Mm,
standard of the team was completely different.
mm. And the problem is now we have to go into the Champions League. We're playing against a very average Spurs team.
We say that,
With
but the way that we play is
no,
and we
literally,
run with fear.
I someone was in the house over the
Mm.
weekend, and I was kind of forced to watch a Premier League game, but I watched it. Um, so it was a couple of days ago. It was Brentford and Spurs, and I tell you what, Spurs are very very beatable, and we could
The
find
same could
ourselves
be
in the
said about
quarterfinals very easily.
the same could be said about all the EPL squads. But it's this mentality thing that we got against Premier League sides that
Mm.
we should be afraid of them. Maybe our players don't want to piss them off in case that they miss out on a transfer. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm telling you,
Because don't tell me
That's
Chelsea
that a
played great.
quarterfinal.
If you see the score,
Oh no,
you,
they didn't have to. They didn't have to be honest, for most of it. I mean, if you think about it, sure, you had the Tamori sending off.
yeah, but you see the number of
You know,
misplaced passes. I mean, they've made the mistakes of their own.
yeah,
But
yeah. Oh yeah, but I think Chelsea are, the Premier League being the impatient beast business that it is, basically. Um, I think there's already people calling for that Potter guy's head, apparently, because Chelsea have gone on a bit of a stagnant run.
when we had to play them when they
So
were in the resurgence.
that's it, yeah. But judging on this game tonight, though, hasn't he? Jesus. Like, and I'm not saying the PSV are a bad squad, because they're not. They're quite a good squad. But like, there isn't a 3-0 gulf between the Milan squad and the PSV squad. There's not, like.
Well, the big difference that I can see is that they've scored from the right hand side, and I'm putting it out there.
Imagine if we could do that.
Yeah, we can. Spend 20 million and we'll get there.
That's it.
But if this was truly a competitive game and they were,
Oh, here
we
we
had to
go.
put
Yeah, yeah.
our best 11, then I don't think we would be conceding it that way.
It's yeah, but the worst thing is now is like, look, let's say, right, and because he has the potential of doing this. Let's say Leao brings the game back and it's 3-3, or even 4-3 Milan, right?
It would be a
Let's
miracle.
say,
3 goals down.
like, no, no, but let's say, right, let's say he does, right? Can you imagine, right, if you're Leao tomorrow morning, right, and Milan are still haggling with you over 500,000?
You know what? I'm gonna add
You're
another
literally,
million on
you're,
it.
literally, I go, oh, sorry, it's actually another million I want now. And I justify it because I'd literally probably just go, do you know what? I'm literally just going to out, I'm going to make it so you guys can't pay me at this point. It's awful. Absolutely awful. Tell you what, though, I have not seen anything from Adley
Oh, he's out of position.
in this half. Yeah.
I don't know if this is Pioli's way of like trying to burn him by, you know, playing him out of position so he looks.
It's a weird one, yeah,
Yeah.
because he just never seems to get. Although I say that, but then, yeah, I suppose when you're attacking outflows,
Look
it's
at this.
Serginho
We're
Dest.
changing out half the team.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Should throw a couple of Primavera kids on as well while you're at it, Man, it's like American football now.
But I don't think PSV have made. Oh, they have made changes, I think. But and they're making only one. But first, it
No
seems to
need
be in
to.
some sort of disaster mode.
It's not. It's just like it's like the criteria when you're playing for Milan is that you just don't have to show up for friendlies. This is very bad. Like, I hope Leao does nothing in this game, just because like the squad as a whole. Bakayoko is playing.
Is he? I didn't see him come on.
Was that Bakayoko I just seen, or did
I don't know if he's
Tamori
there,
dice
but I don't
here?
know if he's on the pitch.
Ah, man. Like the thing is you try and take away something from friendly game, but what can you take away outside of we do not deserve to be second in the Serie A based on this?
Yeah, you're right there. Oh,
Yeah,
who was that? That was a good
I don't know.
cross.
That's the thing. Hold on, is that? Oh, that's Leo. Yeah,
You're working his magic, yeah.
yeah. But I was just saying, if I was Leo, just take it easy, man. Because seriously, this club is completely taking the piss with you. Seriously, that is Bakayoko. Disappointing, dude. I don't know why. I don't know why I actually sound disappointed because it's not
Well, this
like
is, in my
you know.
opinion, worse than. Oh,
It is
this is
because there's
worse
more
than.
first team players, and
Oh, Ballatore, he's back.
here we go. All right, lads. There's your hat trick. There's your 6-3. Gonna have Ballatore, and we're gonna have Leao for the other three. Man, imagine showing up for this. Imagine actually buying the ticket and having to actually say, "Oh my
Brother,
god,
I
I actually had
actually
to."
did buy the ticket in Dubai. So you can
Yeah,
imagine how disappointed I was.
yeah. It's like, is there such thing as getting a refund? I don't.
Not from the tournament organizers, but from the club. We should be able to at least give us
Yeah,
a discount
yeah.
coupon on the
Give us
Milan
something.
store.
It'll help pay for therapy. You know, this is awful.
At least give us like what five? I don't know how much it costs where you are. 5 or 10 euros for a pack
Yeah,
of cigarettes or
yeah, yeah.
or
Something,
some substance to make you
something.
forget.
That's it. By the way, smoking is bad. Don't do it. Even if Milan get hammered 3-0. Hmm.
Yeah, I hate to say it, guys, but if you are trying to kick a habit of some sort, then don't watch Milan games.
That's it. Likewise, if you if you've ever suffered from, or if members of your family have heart issues, don't support Milan because it's a very stressful thing, dude. That is Bakayoko, you know.
What, on the pitch, or you mean on the bench?
It is on the pitch. I'm telling you, that is Bakayoko.
I know Tonali came off. I'm gonna say, yeah, you might be right, but I
Because I
also saw
don't think
Vega come off.
Tomori's. This could be
I think
Pioli's new tactic angle. Do you know what he does?
what
So he puts 12 people on the pitch. That'll Galaxy brain him in Syria. Oh man. So what day is Lernatana? Fourth? I think
yeah.
it's the fourth.
Oh, you mean the date of the game? Yeah, it's on the fourth. I thought you meant their position. I was about to
Yeah.
say yeah, fourth from the bottom maybe.
Fourth from yeah. But even that doesn't really matter because fourth from the bottom is like
You're
playing
right,
Real
but
Madrid
Bakayoko
to
on the
Milan
pitch.
for some reason. Yeah. It's brilliant. Come on, Bakayoko. That's it. Get stuck in. Earn that huge paycheck.
It's not only the paycheck, yeah. So he got that off-white jacket. He's gotten
That's it.
the car.
Did he get a Serie A medal?
I think he
I
did.
bet you he did, you know.
He played, by the way. Yeah, he played some games. Yeah, he came off the bench.
Although I say that, but then, like, the
Even
Argentinian
Lazetic got a
goalie
medal. Come on.
also won a World Cup medal. So, yeah, that'll be his greatest achievement in his career. That and being an idiot. So Salernitana are in 12th. They've won the last two games.
Yeah, how
We
about
might
it?
as
Second
well
in
be playing Real Madrid in this game. Oof. Do you know who've fallen away completely?
Who?
Atlanta. They've lost 4 out of the last 5 games.
Are you serious? I didn't notice. I know they lost against Napoli.
Yeah,
They lost against
yeah,
Napoli, I think. Yeah, I remember that.
yeah. 4 out of the last 5 games. Must be very difficult to go on huge winning runs when you can't take steroids. Allegedly. Sorry. Allegedly. Not saying Atlanta did, but maybe they did.
Well, then there's hopefully one
Um,
less club that we have to worry about in the top four race.
I know, dude, but like when you look at it, it's kind of like Napoli, Milan, Juventus, Lazio, Inter. Lazio will do what they always do and fall away. So it's just going to be Napoli, Milan, Juve, and Inter again.
I hope so.
And the worst thing is that Napoli squad are not like worthy of 8 points of an 8 points lead anywhere. I don't care what you say.
No, if you do the maths of it, 8 points is nothing. Yeah. So if the
Mm,
top three teams beat Napoli, that's pretty much their lead gone, and it's possible. Yeah.
that's
But
it.
we have to
That's
do
it.
our part. The next game is Napoli. You got to beat them. You can't be content with the draw. You definitely can't lose.
Have to.
Juve have
Have
the
to.
same. And as much as it hurts me to say it, Inter is the same. Inter's got to beat them as well.
That's it. And the worst thing is this is why it's really frustrating. Again, like it's not like we've been, we've dropped points. It's like I said earlier, is I know we dropped points to Napoli, but we dropped the points. That was the worst thing about that.
Uh-huh.
But like it's been all these ridiculous, like these silly drop points that like these teams that we've been losing against. Like I mean Sassuolo, remember early on in the season.
Yeah, it's a
I mean
draw. It's a
they're in
goalless draw. I
15th
remember.
place
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
They're in 15th place. It's like
Makes you a little surprised that we're in second, right?
it's I don't know, man. I just like if we, look, I know a lot can happen in the Champions League, but I don't see it happening with Pioli, to be honest. But if we don't finish in the top four, Pioli has to go.
Yeah. But our
Um,
Champions League campaign, I mean, no matter how you spin it, it's a success because we've improved. So that's pretty much done. We
yeah,
have to
true,
focus on the league.
true. But this thing though, lad, I like. I mean, and look, and I dare say, I mean, if you ask the Milan board, they might say, well, we're second in Serie A. I get that, but like, jeez, you're not telling me Juventus are going to be coming back this time next year and they're going to be as bad as they are now. So then that's Juventus coming in the top, and then you're doing what? You're kind of hoping that these kids that you buy, have time and all become world beaters. I mean, come on, guys. You know,
Yeah. So
give Pioli some faith.
one of the big missing pieces for Juve was actually Di Maria, and Di Maria is back. Played in the World Cup. He looks really great.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they're gonna come back stronger. It's good we beat them, but
that's
you're
it.
right. Yeah? Against the lower place teams, you can't be taking it lightly. You definitely can't be playing like this.
That's it. That's it. Like, I mean, geez. I mean, 37 goals Napoli have scored in 15 games. No, but again, I'd be, you know, if Napoli did win this Serie A, geez, I'd be quite happy for them, quite happy for their fan base, because like put it this way, they've been waiting a long time, you know.
Yeah, it's
So
bound to happen because you can't expect the same three teams to be winning it like every year. The
that's it,
bookies won't allow it,
that's
so I
it,
can
and I
say
could, that's it, that's it. Unless you're Juve and you go 9 on the trot, oh my days. Tell you, anyone, if you really need to know a league is in trouble at a certain point, look for one team that wins it 9 times in a row. That will tell you all you need to know about how bad uh, a league is.
hang on, didn't
You
Bayern
know,
Munich do the
at that
same?
point. Ah, yeah, but like that's. I mean, they do, but at least with Bayern Munich, they always have that thing of they are a very well-run club.
Yeah.
You know, you can't say that about Juventus, really. So yeah, like, and I mean, it is, even if you look at the revenues that Bayern, routinely bring in every year. I mean, they're like their revenues are they're they're nearly above most of the Premier League squads.
Yeah,
So
but that's like
you
just
know,
one team dominating the entire league, and the concentration is insane.
oh, it is. And you know what the funny thing was is, do you remember Bayern and an awful, like, I think it was more. I don't know if it was the fans as much, but I think
Hmm.
I remember Bayern complaining when RB, is it Leipzig,
Yeah.
when they basically came in and tried buying their way to the German league, to the Bundesliga, you know, making it very difficult for them, saying, "Oh, no, 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 we can't have this. We can't have a team, with essentially they were saying with no heritage coming in and buying their way to a title." And it's like, right, because you're a team with heritage and you just buy your league to you buy your way to every title. Um,
Yeah, well, you got to believe in the cycle,
but
right? I
to be,
mean, no team can
yeah,
be the best forever. We ups and downs. Same
no,
thing like this.
definitely not. Yeah,
We were dominant for a long
yeah,
time.
that's
So,
true. That's true. And soccer would be very poor if that was the case. Jesus, man. Layout. You should have just said that you had a bit of a twinge in your hamstring. Should have sat this one out, man. So I've had to wear this awful, hideous jersey. Even Maldini's smiling at this point because he's like, "Do you know what? I cannot do a thing with this team." It's like, I have no money to buy anyone.
no, I mean let's take it on both sides of the argument. Yeah, so he's had money, but he's not had a lot of money. But the
Mm,
signings that he's made, I I don't get the reasoning behind it.
mm,
So if you look at one overused example is like Kavicha. Yeah, Kavicha only cost 10 million.
mm,
Why
mm.
do we why do we spend that money to redeem Florenzi and Messias?
That's true.
Yeah, so it
See,
costs
see what
about
I mean? And this is what Leao gives you, by the way. Look at this. Like, this is the same person, by the way, who Milan are haggling with over his contract. It's crazy. This. If I was Leao, I'd have my bag packed. Or I'd have my bags packed.
maybe
Crazy.
they already are.
Yeah, we're still great at set pieces, so that's nice. Yeah, it's like,
Oh,
but you know what?
nice.
Yeah, so you know what the worst thing is? So you know the way the rhetoric, so the conversations, the way that they've changed, especially around Milan over the last couple of days. So I
Mm-hmm.
think Pioli came out and said, he came out and basically said, "Oh, we're further along than we thought we're further along than we had planned for at this point." In other words, we didn't plan to win the Serie A last year, which is fine. But like, I'm just wondering in my head, is that kind of way softening the blow of
Oh,
basically
the
getting
skills. Look
fans
at
to
this
be
move.
able to, hmm, yeah, oh dear.
Yeah, sorry, you were saying, yeah.
But yeah, I'm just wondering, is that a thing where it's kind of purely getting told, listen, we need to cushion the blow here because we're going to sell layout. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be.
I'm just wondering, is that it? Like, is that a like, oh, the fans, because unfortunately fans don't understand the concept of your money going your club going broke, which I can understand. But like, this isn't a Milan wouldn't go broke if they kept layout. You know, it just means that you don't have you can get rid of complete waste of space that you have in your squad because Milan have a completely oversized squad. The problem isn't quantity; it's just the quality that's in the squad. You know.
Yeah. But let's be fair. I don't think any fan will blame the management if they decided to sell Leao. Yeah,
Mm,
if Maldini, whoever says it, saying that, oh, someone offered like 120 million, I made a
mm.
decision. I don't think anyone will blame him for that. But is this time wasting that I don't get? Negotiations, still
Yeah, like.
negotiations. Come on,
Mm,
it's before they made everyone's making the excuse that, oh, it's under Elliot. Now it's been like what, 6 months? Sorry, 4 months
yeah,
under
and Redbird
the
have been
Redbird.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Redbird have done nothing. Only CDK,
And by the way, it's
and
really my opinion that
even
if
CDK wasn't even Redbird money. That was, I believe, that was money that was. There was something about that where it was only sanctioned because it was money that came out of the club's coffers itself, not Redbird.
yeah,
So Redbird essentially have put in no money into Milan so far in
they
terms
wouldn't,
of
yeah, they're
transfer fees.
trying to make money from the club somehow.
Mm, it's not good, dude. Sorry, the live stream hasn't been bad.
No, yeah. But then I'm using
I
a
think we'll
VPN.
work out the kinks as we go.
I'm using a VPN to connect to Japan just to watch this.
That's it.
You can tell now that PSV is really not bothered. Look at
Would
that.
you be? Would you
No, no,
be?
it's just a friendly.
Uh, and this is the thing as well, right? Liao isn't even on top gear. Liao is probably on like second gear.
Yeah,
And he's been on the pitch for like what, a couple of minutes, and he's already made the most. He's already made a huge difference, and he's been the most dangerous player. It's like, I don't even know why this is a discussion. I don't even know why haggling is a thing with Milan now. It's like, you can see how valuable he is. It's like, do you want to be a Europa League team or do you want to be a Champions League team? That's essentially the question they have, and they need to answer with now. Because if he goes, we're a Europa League team. I could not give a toss about like who says, oh well, we can get in two or three good quality players. Okay, fine. Let's say we do, right? Let's say we pull a Napoli and we somehow get three amazing players, right? So let's say we get those players. It's like, one, you're hoping that the three of them bed in because you can have great players that don't bed in. Thierry Henry was at Juve.
Yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, you're right.
So Patrick Kluivert was at Milan, didn't do anything. So I mean, it's like there's no guarantee that these players are going to take off. So I'm telling you, if we sell Leao, like we're seriously looking at probably Europa League next year.
Well, with money, you have options. Yeah? So now we don't have an option. It's like if he's not going to renew, then you got to sign him. That's
No,
nothing more
this
we
is the
can
thing
do.
because he's going to have to go in January,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm saying like for the rest of the season, it's like. Did you think what do they think? Do they think Rebic is going to come up and have a Ballon d'Or moment? I don't think so. You know, while being the best player in the world that he is, Krunic isn't a 20 goal and assists person a season. Like, dude, this is shocking.
Well, it's a sign of things to come. I mean, next game is less than a week away, so we're not playing against PSV then. That's that's maybe the only positive.
Yeah, Pioli has to come out and say something though, because this is bad. This is very bad. Like, I mean, he can, people have to be held accountable for games like this. And it's not like we could. Let's just say we could say, oh, he's playing the likes of Bakayoko since the start of the game. You know, this is a competitive Milan squad for most of this game.
It should be because our next game is soon. But
Mm.
the levels are different here. Clearly, levels are different.
And
Oh,
this again, it's no slight to PSV. PSV are a good squad.
but we should be as well. They're the only good squad
This
on
is
the
the thing,
pitch.
yeah.
No, and in case anyone's saying that
This
just
looks bad, by the way. This
in
does
case
not look
anyone
good.
thinks that I'm making a big deal about this game, it's not been this game. The
No,
entire
it's not. It's been
friendly
all the
campaign,
friendlies.
yeah, including the one
This
against
doesn't.
Lumizana.
This does not look good. And the thing is, Tamori just down.
What's tomorrow? Is it?
Looking
Oh,
at that guy's boots there, right? That
oh,
would probably
he's
be
grabbing his
more
shoulder. This is
interesting than
not good.
watching. This is
I
not
think his
good at
shoulder is
all.
dislocated. He's done. He's done. Oh, he's screwed.
Oh, it's Ballatore.
Oh, is Lautaro
Oh,
again?
it is, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. That's, yeah, it's dislocated, I'd say. Never want to see a player injured, but at least it's not the likes of,
The pain is over. The pain is over.
yeah, much even say about that, really.
Yeah, I think we've said quite a lot during the game. It's disappointing, is to put it very mildly.
Hmm. I think the only way of turning this season around, man, is I'll go off and sacrifice a goat in a full moon or something like that. Maybe that might work.
Yeah, you're right. We need more than just football ability at this point. We need some divine intervention.
That's it, man. Something's gonna have to come good. But yeah. Seriously, for anyone that popped in, thanks Paul KB for popping in as well.
Yeah, thanks to the viewers. I think it's more than just Paul. It's yeah, 1.6 people watching.
That's really good. Awesome, dude. But thanks for attending, and yeah, I'll definitely get a couple more of these as we can legally do them, and we'll. But yeah, thanks for joining everyone. So, you can reach out to us at Milanistas360 on Twitter. We're on Instagram as well. Obviously here on YouTube. Anywhere else I'm forgetting, Husney?
Yeah, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So yeah,
Spotify and Apple
a number of
Podcasts. Awesome.
platforms.
Yeah, so this was a good long one, but unfortunately we didn't get the result we needed, and God help us against Salernitana. But hey, all right.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks, Shane, for taking us through this. And yeah, what's the Milan to everyone, and on to the next game that hopefully results in a W.
God help us all.